Yeah, I think so. We have 4 people at ARK who are working on crypto generally, one dedicated to Bitcoin on-chain analytics. And judging by those, we believe, halfway through this bull market. And halfway doesn't mean we're halfway through the price increase because, at the end of a bull market, prices tend to go parabolic. So we have no idea where that, but we feel very strongly just based on-chain analytics, looking at them versus the short 10-year history, a little bit more than that history, that we're halfway through the bull market. What's very interesting.
In the present video, Cathie Wood examines the categorization of Bitcoin as either a store of value, a money, or both. Additionally, the movie explores the potential conflict between Bitcoin and artificial intelligence in terms of energy use and the interests of company investors.
So, like you, we did enjoy nearly 100-fold increase in NVIDIA. It'd be on this stock, the split stock, from around 40 cents to $40. And the stock's at 120. So, and we still own it in our more specialized portfolios, one being more AI focused. But our thought here is, okay, $3 trillion company, gross margins in the high 70s. Its major customers, the cloud customers, their gross margins are lower than that. That's a very concentrated customer base. And the history of the hyperscalers is when they see the economics going to their suppliers, they decide, we're going to do that. We should do that. We can do that. They're very cash rich. So NVIDIA is an incredible story. All praise to Jensen Huang and his team. And they're trying to evolve from a strictly hardware company to more of a software company, a platform company. Now, will the competitive environment allow that? As I mentioned, the hyperscalers, they're all designing their own chips, right? Some of them more general purpose, some like Tesla, put that in a hyperscaler, designing its own chip. It already pulled one NVIDIA chip out of its cars. And with Dojo, ultimately, I think that it will verticalize completely. So,
On July 18, asset manager ARK Invest reported that Bitcoin became oversold in June after Germany's government began a multi-billion-dollar sell-off of 50,000 BTC seized in a 2020 police sting against Movie 2, a streaming platform for pirated content. Bitcoin prices fell from highs above $70,000 in early June to a low of less than $55,000 in July based on short-term holder realized profits. Miner outflow SL losses. The research says Bitcoin is oversold through June 30, but contains more current data. Miner outflows show miners are capitulating, a sign of a positive reversal. Investors are still interested in BTC exchange-traded funds ETF has been another optimistic indication, according to ARK. BAT's quick sell-off did not cause a mass sell-off. Exodus from spot DEC TF as of June 30 BTC spot price drop overshot 17.3% 30-day perk shift in DEC. Flows CoinShares reported $1.35 billion in net inflows into BEC in the week ending July 15. BlackRoy discloses after 9 days of inflows, Bitcoin Trust Abbott saw $17 million on July 18, according to crypto DAT platform co-founder Thomas Farrer. Apollo 1 risk to BEC's remarkable success is global economic statistics. RK says corporate earnings are declining as pricing power decreases, indicating economic fragility. Bitcoin prices also faced Gowra paid $9 billion in BTC to creditors, but unlike Germany's rapid sell-off, creditors may hold on to BTC, cushioning any potential impact on the larger market, according to market experts.
What happened a couple of quarters ago, during an earnings call, Elon said, and we know he was trying to get more NVIDIA GPUs. So a couple of quarters ago, he said, building a chip is really hard. Really hard. Now, we might be successful, but it's really hard and the odds are low. And then lo and behold, a couple of quarters later, not only does he have all the chips he needs, but he donates, I don't know how it worked, I'm sure it was legal, some from Tesla to X. Now, this brings up supply versus demand. I think what's happening in AI, and I'd love to get your thoughts, Peter, what we're seeing, and we hear about this from Palantir. We're learning from Palantir how much it is going to take, how much time and preparation it's going to take to move into the AI age for these large enterprises, and all of these companies are catering to the large enterprises. What do they have to do? The way they need to set up is, first of all, they have to aggregate their data, far-flung data. They don't even know where a lot of their data resides. Aggregate it, clean it up, integrate it, map out workflows in excruciating detail. And what we're seeing now is, the cycle is a little uncertain. The cycle, meaning the economic cycle, we're seeing the consumer is showing signs of significant weakness in some categories. And so companies are saying, okay, this is a strategic decision we have to make, and we're going to put a lot of resources into it. But let's make sure we prepare appropriately.
They're screwed. They're screwed.
Well,
I think
Yeah.
This is Macy's, JCPenney, Toys R Us all over again. I think that they're going to have the small players who are digital first, AI first born, who are going to eat their lunch in the final result.
I think there will be a lot of that. That's our bet. We're all about truly disruptive innovation. That's not how the market's betting right now. And
the market's betting. I think from a safety, what they know, not willing to make the leap.
Yes.
It's momentum of their previous mindset. They haven't seen the disruption yet. They haven't seen it. Yeah.
And if there is any disturbance, let's just say we have this, strategic reset, pause, then what we have is probably too much supply out there relative to current demand. And I am talking about GPUs and use of that, but that will be a moment in time because this is so big, and we're seeing in the private markets a lot of companies being funded who are going to come up with something new, interesting, different, provocative, controversial, and I think so. We have 4 people at ARK who are working on crypto generally. One dedicated to Bitcoin on-chain analytics, and judging by those, we believe halfway through this bull market, and halfway doesn't mean we're halfway through the price increase, because at the end of a bull market prices tend to go parabolic, so we have no idea where that, but we feel very strongly, just based on-chain analytics, looking at them versus the short 10-year history, a little bit more than that history, that we're halfway through the bull market. What's very interesting, since the ETFs were launched in January, many people think, all right, the boom, and we've had a very nice showing, David versus Goliath. We're in the fight, and very
Congratulations.
happy where we are. Yeah. But not one major, what we call them wirehouses, like Morgan Stanley, UBS, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, not one has put Bitcoin on its platform yet, a Bitcoin ETF. They're all doing their due diligence. And I think what's going to happen is within the next few months, one will, and it may be not the big ones, it may be an independent RIA like LPL. They tend to move a little more quickly. Once you get one with a spot Bitcoin ETF on its platform, the others will fall in line pretty quickly.
Some are wondering what Prime Minister Keir Starmer will do with the UK's Bitcoin holdings, which Arkham estimates were worth more than $4 billion as of July 19. The recently appointed UK Chancellor of the Except Radel Reeves may be able to allocate most of the assets seized in a money laundering case against hospitality worker John Wen, but there may be procedural barriers. Reeves may liquidate Bitcoin holdings as part of the Labour government's economic stability and growth goals. On July 17, King Charles I read a policy statement suggesting Labour would emphasize affordable homes and rail improvements. Prime Minister Starmer has been silent on crypto as a Labour policy objective, but his government introduced 40 bills on July 17 as part of the King's speech as Shadow City Minister and Shadow Economic Secretary before the July election. Tulip CID claimed she would crack down on crypto regulations with over 61,000 BTC. UK government has second largest Bitcoin holdings after US. The German government liquidated 498.58 BTC holdings over several transactions in June and July, raising $2.8 billion. It's unclear what Germany plans to do with the funds. The timing of bullish and bearish crypto events could affect when Reeves sells it all. Analysts have suggested that the lead-up to the US presidential election could favor crypto markets.